gonna let it run out next time. I gotta make this thing shorter for some real reason. I might have to go back and edit it. But welcome to Stargeekz. Welcome. Everyone is here. Like, it is nice to see you, gentlemen.
Even Grogu.
Baby Grogu.
This is Will.
And this is Steve.
And this is Ed.
Gentlemen, it is not a special week. It's not much going on, really, to be honest. It's no news, but some news. And then tonight we got a little trivia between me, Foothill Video, and Ed. Ooh, I'm excited for this one. I'm a little nervous, actually.
Listen, I'm going to give my predictions. I'm going to come in dead last. Ed's going to take it by 1,000 miles. Sean, you're going to be somewhere in between us.
Shit.
You're gonna lose a bunch of points on technicalities by not pronouncing shit right.
You could be right. I probably will do that. That's usually my thing. Yeah. And then we're going to review a little small parody, a Cops parody.
Listen, it puts a whole new spin on a canon event. All right, that's some serious shit.
It does. It does. It was actually really good. So, yeah. So look, news starting off this week. Not a lot of news, but Dave Filoni has announced he is starting production for season 2 of Ahsoka. Which I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I think we all enjoyed Ahsoka.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing. Yeah. It needs to continue, right? It left on a damn cliffhanger, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
it left on a silly note too. Him walking down the thing with the helmet on for hella long. Take the helmet off.
Well, yes, but that's not.
I get it. It's for the show. I know, but I want to see what happens with Ahsoka and Sabine. Yeah. They're all stuck in with the Ninja Turtles over there. So
yeah. It ended fine. Like, I'm curious to know, what story they're going to tell, because.
Well, it's disappointing too because there's no Balin, right? Or we don't know what's going to happen with Balin.
Yeah, and then I'm also curious, if you're doing a season 2 of that, when does the movie come into play?
They haven't announced it. We know it's in the works, but
right.
Well, I wonder if they're going to do the Mandalorian and Grogu, because they announced that Favreau's directing Mandalorian and Grogu, right?
Right.
They haven't announced the Mandalorian season
3.
So I'm thinking that's going 4, yeah. So I'm thinking that's a movie instead of a season for Mandalorian. Ahsoka is going to follow up. They're going to have the other shows, and then it's going to, whatever happens in Mandalorian and then whatever happens in Ahsoka, bring on Star Wars Avengers that Filoni will either direct or co-direct. And I'm going to guess Favreau gets a piece of that as well.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think at this point, Grogu needs to get older, right? Like, how is that going to...
They age so slowly.
Don't they?
But if they age Grogu, everyone's dead.
Yeah, he's going to be this in perpetuity. Because by the time he's thousands of years old and he's the age of Yoda where he can walk around and talk in riddles, everyone that we know is long gone.
Or, yeah.
Yep.
It's genius. Unless they made a baby that stays a baby forever.
Yeah. Unless they throw him in the world between worlds and pull out aged Grogu to come back in time, and then
I bet they do that. I bet they do that.
Or you're going to get an alternate version. You're going to get a story about him later, or you're going to get something. Once you see how they are when they're old, and now you see how they are when a baby, you're like, okay, but what about the thousands of years in between? So.
Right, where he's fighting as a Mandalorian knight. Combination of a Jedi Knight and a Mandalorian Knight, right?
It's really good.
With a fucking with a lightsaber.
He's the character that lasts forever.
Well, plus he could be a character that is tied in with Rey's solo movie, right? Like, because at that point, where we're at with Rey after the sequel trilogy.
Only a couple of years though. It ain't like.
But it's not because it's,
Yeah,
it's
but
30
you wanna
years.
You want to guarantee people go see that Ray movie? Make sure that you show that Grogu's in it in the trailer.
You
Everyone's going to that
do
movie.
like they did with the teenage Groot, right? Like that teenage Groot, you put in like a teenage Grogu at that point, meeting up with Ray, because at that point Din is dead because it's been 30 years, and my guess is wars and stuff. I don't know how Ahsoka would age, but I think maybe she's not around anymore. And maybe it's Rey and Grogu at that point. You know, Grogu is the through line. He's the one that's going to bring everybody together.
Have they ever confirmed what Yoda's species is? Like, they never confirmed that shit, right?
Not that I know of.
Not Yidable. Yeah. I'm trying to Yaddle and Yoda together and
Yaddle, Yoda, and Grogu. That's all it really is. Like
the only three we know of.
Yeah, I'm so curious. Like, what the hell is like? Why had they not announced a species on this character yet?
Well, that's
maybe they're unique, right? Maybe they're similar to one of a kind or two of a kind, right?
Or are they all green, or can you find some red ones? You know,
only Sith ones.
Oh shit! Could you imagine?
All tatted up like Darth Maul,
little horns and shit growing from it being evil. Oh man,
that would be tough. Yeah.
Well, the horns of the species. That's a Zabrak. Sorry, we're not in trivia yet, right?
No, we're not in trivia.
Oh, so yeah. I was adding.
That is going to destroy you guys.
That's what I said.
I've already predicted that. Sean's going to lose.
I'm not even a regular
Stargeekz Street Cred. Period. Like he's going to have to buy that Stormtrooper Lamborghini just to keep his street cred going.
The race name. I'm like,
I don't even know what he just said. Like I'm like, wait, what?
So, how long is the production for movie versus the show? Is there a way that we can get another season before? Because production for movies, that's years.
Well, production for a movie can go 18 to 24 months, depending on when they start and what. The production for a show, I mean, as we've seen with these shows, it's taken a couple years.
But could you see them kind of
unless they
do it side by side? You know, because you're already going to have the costumes, you're already going to have the sets,
right.
You're already going to have all the actors in place, everything there. Like it's a movie, right? It's 2 hours. Like what it's going to be like an extra 2 or 3 episodes. Just do it all at the same time.
There's a bigger budget. There's a different type of filmography, cinematography that goes with that.
No, for sure. I'm just saying if you have half of the puzzle there, right? You have the costumes, the actors, all the people, the crew, and all that. Then I don't know. It just seems like it. I guess you kind of have to work on everyone's schedule and stuff. So
yeah, because that's a long time.
It's a long time, yeah.
You know, because then it's just like when they're filming those back-to-back sequels, like it just took forever, right? Like they're just continuously filming. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but I don't know if they want to saturate it that much. Right, because if we get a season of if we get season 4 of Mandalorian, plus the Mandalorian movie, plus then the Ahsoka season, plus then a movie with Mandalorian and Grogu and Ahsoka and everybody teaming up, I think it gets too much, right? Like, I think they're learning that lesson now, right? They're pulling back on a lot of things because things have been too much.
Will they kill off Din Djarin? That I think that's what they have to do at this point.
If they want to turn Grogu into a Sith, just kind of like use
no. He needs to probably go. He needs to probably go off his own at some point.
That would be a crazy swing for the fence move.
Could you imagine
if they were like the end game is
for Rey?
Grogu is actually a bad guy now.
Rey fighting Grogu, and Grogu like starts like red veins start popping out of him.
Wait, Ed, what race does that? What race does that? The red veins.
What race has red veins sticking out?
I'm just thinking of Grogu going into a Hulk mode.
I don't get a huge body but a little tiny Grogu head. It's like,
One, they're not going to make this little face fucking evil. First of all,
No, I know
there's
there's too much. There's too much money behind that.
There's too much money behind all that.
But it would be so scary if you did. Look at
Yeah.
it for look at it for too long, and it starts to look scary.
Oh no, it's looking at your
Oh,
soul.
yeah.
Although they did make those little teddy bear Ewoks into technically murderous villains, so
Yeah, I mean,
Ewoks
can't
have
wait.
always been scary looking a little
that's
since
what I'm
day
saying.
one.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like they made them scary looking.
I can't wait to see what's to come. But it's going to be very interesting. Is it? Let me ask y'all a question. Just real quick. Is it movie theater worthy to go see Star Wars in the theater at this point? Day one. Me and Ed will be there, but I don't know about everybody else.
You mean like a Mandalorian movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
We're
We're invested in these characters. These stories.
They've rebuilt trust in the IP with these series.
You're saying that I'm going to get to see the Mandalorian do way cooler things for a couple hours than I could on TV? All right, let's go.
Do I think
it
it
is.
will be $500 to $700 million box office domestically? No,
Not anymore, right?
I think that's tough. Those are tough numbers, and it's got to be a unique situation, right? Like, I mean, could it? Yes, because Star Wars fans are rabid.
After word of
Yeah,
mouth.
well, exactly. After that, it'll have a good opening weekend, and if it's good, then it'll have a long tail, and that's what they need to keep things going. Like, I mean, if you look at like just this last year, right? Oppenheimer and Barbie were playing for weeks and weeks and months, and they had that long tail. Super Mario had a long tail; they were playing for a long time to get that.
Good movies.
Could I? Well, exactly.
Then you put out The Flash, and it's in and out of theaters in like 3 days. It's not a good
It was
movie.
on HBO Max that same night.
Let me ask you a question on that other note. The director this week, she came out with, it's not. It really isn't. She came out this week. It was actually just rumors and speculation. People were kind of blown it out of proportion of what she said, and I think. I seen the interview and she was like, "Oh, I just did whatever." It wasn't that serious, but for the Rey movie, do you feel like that's gonna hurt that movie when it comes out, and will people go see that day one?
Well, I guess it depends on what the movie is about, right? Like what the trailers are going to give us a tease, and if the trailers show us enough, I think it'll do okay. Will it still have a stink on it from the past? Yes. There's no doubt it's going to have some stink. But could it overcome that stink? Yes. You show a great villain, you show a real quick clip of a really interesting fight scene, you throw out a synopsis that sounds interesting, the fan base will come and see it. And then again, just like we said with The Mandalorian, if word of mouth takes it further, they could build momentum. And I think the other thing going forward too is it's probably going to be 10 years in between the time we see Rey and we saw Rey.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's
so it's got time, on its side. It's not just continuously coming out. Yeah. I look at a movie like Sean. We both enjoyed The Marvels. It wasn't the greatest movie, but we enjoyed it, right? Yeah. But everything that's led up to it hurt it because so many things kept coming out over and over and over again. So I think if it's the story is written well, if it looks good, then I think this is all things that will help again pick up that momentum.
Yeah, thanks, Lucas. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Lucas. I mean, same thing. The story, what we see visually, the plot points. If it looks good, I think the fan base will go out, and then word of mouth will pick up.
Ed, how do you feel about that? Like because
definitely going. The story's going to matter. I'm also thinking it's going to be the timing because they gave us some general idea, or at least what they're putting at now for release dates: May 22nd, 2026, December 18th, 2026, and then December 17th, 2027 for placeholders for Star Wars movies. So if you give us a really good Mandalorian Grogu movie first, you're going to get some really good momentum. People are going to go, hey, wait, Star Wars movies are back. It's good. And then if you follow that up with a good story and trailer for Rey, it'll ride right on the coattails and carry through.
So me
You
and
have to build
Steve,
it up.
so me and Steve are trailer excitement guys. So you may be able to give us anything, but Steve, I want to know how you gonna feel when you see that first trailer. And I know how you're excited. So when I know you're excited, I know I'm gonna be excited.
I'm ready. Like, I'm ready for the Star Wars movies to win me back. You know, I gave them all my money for all the movies. You know, I didn't see the original trilogy when it came out in theaters. I wasn't alive yet, but I saw them on the re-releases. I came out. I was born. I came out the same year that Return of the Jedi did.
So young.
But I saw them all. I saw every Star Wars movie in the theater, every one of them, and you know, it really, even like, I don't remember being disappointed until the very last one. Even the Last Jedi, like, I left and I was like, well, there was some good stuff, you know. But then it wasn't until like you sit down and you think about it and you process it, you're like, oh boy,
after we
problems, yeah. But Last Jedi was just poo, man. It just not the Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. I just was not a fan, and that one that really sullied it. But you know, it's not like it stopped me from watching Star Wars content. You know, I was there for everything right away.
Well, Rick, I mean, that would make sense, right? And there's your crossover movie. We have Chewbacca will show up in the Millennium Falcon in Secret Wars. I mean, people's minds would explode.
It kind of reminds me of like, in the same way, it's similar to like X-Men movies, right? Where it's like we still went. There was every time there was a couple of good moments, there was a couple of good things, but we still went, and then we went in like Days of Future Past. We were like, there's no way this can be good, and it was awesome. Remember that? Remember how freaking great that movie was?
And then remember how bad X-Men Apocalypse was?
Yes,
I remember. I was so
excited. I was so excited.
We were so excited.
I was like, they've done it. They figured it out. We're finally here. And then, yeah. So, but like, maybe the Rey movie will be Days of Future Past. I don't know.
It looks like it's 7-8 years. So I mean, but that's still, I think, a good enough time for it to have a distance between those two movies.
I have high hopes. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to shit on it. I'm not going to shit on the director because listen, she can do something that I can't do. You can direct a goddamn movie because I can't direct a goddamn movie. And I think people get so, you know, we all get upset about it, but like, yo, that job is fucking tough, man. To do a Star Wars movie and to do it okay, it's fucking tough because, yo, Star Wars fans are brutal. Like, they are brutal. So we all know.
It is and it's not, right? Because Rogue One was good, and, you know, you got movies there. Solo, I know you guys like Solo. I still have my problems with Solo.
Solo's good. Solo's good, man.
So good.
Ed, what do you think of Solo?
The overall movie is good. There are cringe moments in it that
but there's
especially the call out to his name is horrible.
To me, I think that ruined the movie.
That's
bad.
Like, you get there and it screeches to a halt, and everybody just scratches their head, going, "Really? This is really."
He got his name from some asshole to some desk clerk.
You're alone. You're solo.
Some fucking paper pusher for the Empire. The fuck?
So it's a shame. Little moments like that really kind of tarnish it.
Like Jack Black. Now that would have been awesome. If Jack Black was Han Solo, that would have been awesome.
That's all I'm gonna ever see now when I look at him. He's like, you look like a skinny Jack Black.
Oh man. Well,
yeah.
Cloning's real. See, it's proved. I'm excited for that.
The Mando Grogu movie. I'm hoping they change the title and that's not actually the name of the movie.
Same, agreed.
I'm like, really? Come on.
Mando and Grogu in space.
That's what they change it to. It goes from Mandalorian and Grogu to Mando and Grogu. That's the name.
Yeah, it sounds like an 80s team up.
And that's what it is. It's directed by Taika Waititi. You know?
Oh no.
It's like Turner and Hooch. If they made the movie poster like the Turner and Hooch movie poster, done. Sold $1 billion.
That's a good idea, Will. It's a solid idea right there.
But not the TV series Turner Hooch, the Tom Hanks movie.
Lil, what are you even talking about? That doesn't exist.
Well, I'm just saying people might have watched that. That might have been some people's first foray into Turner Hooch. And I feel bad for them, but that's true.
All right, so
Their
what are we
opinions.
going to do? Are we going to review this first, or are we going to do this trivia thing first?
Let's talk about cops or
right,
or
troops.
Troops.
I love the way that it starts when it just goes.
Oh.
And that's it.
The fact that it was so they play the music, it feels like Cops.
So if you haven't seen this, this was from when was this? When was this?
It was made in 1997, but it was debuted at Comic-Con July of 1998. And while
Wait,
it's not
they
the
debuted this at Comic-Con?
Yeah.
Oh,
and while
It
it
was a lot.
wasn't the
Comic-Con was
first,
different back then a little.
definitely not what it is now, but not the first true fan film. This kind of set the whole fan film thing on its ear, and it gave us what we have today. This was amazing. I think the internet actually blew up because of this.
I never knew this existed. Okay, so I didn't know this.
Is this your first time watching this?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
was my first time
Wow.
watching this. This was my first time watching it too. At first,
What?
I turned on a very blurred version of this, and I'm like, "What the hell? I can't watch this." And then like I
Oh,
found
man.
a high def kind of.
And then I started watching. I was like, "Oh shit, this is crazy!" First time seeing this too. Like again, what? I didn't know this shit existed. I
Dude,
was
it's
like,
great.
"What?"
Yeah.
I kind of want to play it. I kind of want to play a little bit of the video.
Dude,
but-
when he was, when the Jawa was going crazy, like just in the beginning, and he's pointing the gun at him, and he's like, "I'm just gonna shoot you." I was just like, "What?"
Oh,
the-"
you're going to see your cousin, huh? Like, what?
And the production value for this, I mean, again,
Wasn't
for
bad.
90, it's
For 1997? Come
it's
on.
fantastic. Yeah.
it was not fucking bad. Like I enjoyed
I
this.
think we know why the internet blew up. I'm gonna use that. I've never used that symbol.
I did not know that this shit was crazy. I was like, yo, could you imagine if they redid this today though? Oh my god.
I like how because like nobody wants to watch Cops right now, right? But like
Yeah, but I watched this shit.
no, but Cops in the 90s was a thing. Like this just it fits that time period so well. It's
Right, like when
I
you were
love
in
the
90s,
4:3 ratio. Like everything is it just looks shitty like Cops looked, you know.
It was even a camera angle. It was just like a shaky camera a little bit. Like I love that. That shit was
What I love most is how much sighing they do. They're so fucking done with all this shit. They're just like constantly sighing, like God. And it's like it's true. It's so mundane. While this is happening, there's some fucking crazy star opera happening, some space opera happening off to the side where Luke is meeting the fucking smuggler, and these guys are over here like trying to fill out reports. Just like fucking, the mundanity of it all. Is that the right word? Mundanity? I don't know.
Well, it is now.
Yeah.
Oh man, even the costume work, the cosplay, the work is really good, really, really excellent. Like they did a hell of a job with that. Yeah, is this like 501st kind of shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
is that who did it?
I'm pretty sure that the those involved were costumes from the 501st. Yeah, and they even talk about the crappy post like, yeah, we're in the ass end of the galaxy here, but we know everybody. I mean, everybody.
I like how he had like a Wisconsin accent.
He did, didn't he? It was great.
It wasn't Wisconsin. It was Canadian.
Was it Canadian? Well, it's like
Yeah.
Fargo. It was like up there.
Yeah.
That northern,
Yeah.
right over the Canadian border. Yeah.
You know what it reminded me? It reminded me of Reno 911 also. It had those moments to it. Oh,
That's fucked up. This is getting it right in the back. Wow.
Wow. It is fucking
Now you don't get a good view of it, but did you guys pick up on the robots that the two Jawas were the stolen robots? They were the ones from Mystery Science Theater.
Oh no, I didn't even catch that shit. Oh man, I gotta go back and really watch it in detail now. But I mean, even the sandcrawler in the background, like they did a great job. This was really, really good. This shit right here. This had me. I was-
A domestic violence call comes in.
And they go there often.
They have to go. They have to. Yeah, they're like, we've been here before. We already know about this lady, right?
It's like what the
They show up and it's Uncle Ben and Aunt Beru.
it was so like, wait, he was like, yeah. Well, yeah, this guy, Luke Skywalker's
Not
missing.
Uncle
and-
Ben. What's his name? Uncle
Owen.
Owen.
Uncle Ben. Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
I love how they had the faces like blocked out. It's just great.
Only hers though, not his.
Yeah.
What about her?
So
She's so feisty. She's so pissed off. He's like, you just want us to take you somewhere?
Oh, man.
Look, if I'm gonna arrest anybody, I'm gonna arrest you. All right. Like,
apparently,
you see his hair? He didn't do that to himself, did he? Like, oh god.
Oh man. Oh god. This is great. This fucking-
He's like bleeding from his ear. What the fuck?
And the troop
Like, she
has
did a
attitude.
number on him.
And the
And
troop's
then
got attitude.
I love how he has to go then
Enjoy
report it to
looking.
this guy. Like he's got to go report it to this guy. He just retells him everything that we just saw. And he's like, and look at there just how he's slouching. They're just like, fucking god.
I love the helmets here too because they're like so drastically different. It's just so funny. It's like Kit Bash Stormtrooper toys.
Oh yeah. But it just works. It was fucking great. Oh my god.
Yeah, the best thing for you to do is just let it go.
Yeah.
Just,
Just
take a couple days off.
Yeah.
The attitude with Beru though is great when it's like, okay, you had your chance to talk. Now you're going to listen to me.
So then Aunt Beru loses her shit and grabs a thermal detonator. And Uncle Owen races to stop her,
Yeah, it was great. It was
thus giving us the scene that Luke happens upon later in the afternoon.
I wish they would have kind of showed that shit.
Oh,
Oh man.
God. Like,
God.
it explains
That's
everything.
it.
Like, oh, we should head into town. Look for that their nephew Duke.
Oh man. Yeah, he did. He did pronounce it wrong. Oh man, this was so good, dog.
It
Oh
was
god.
it was just a perfect little slice of awesome.
Oh, so great.
From a very long time ago.
A long time ago in a decade far, far away.
Yo.
A
And that
decade,
was
more than that now.
Troops. Is there a couple more of this or no, just one?
There's a sequel to it, but there's a lot of debate as far as whether it's a technical sequel because the guy who directed this one, Kevin Rubio, was not involved in the second one, but a lot of the actors were. I think it's actually called Imps, IMPS.
Okay.
And I don't think I've seen that one. I may have a long time ago, but Troops always stands out in my head as kind of just an awesome moment.
And thank you. That shit gets a hero from me. That shit was phenomenal.
Now, here's the real mind-numbing part. This came out technically about a year before Phantom Menace.
Oh shit.
So this was in the dark times before we got a lot more Star Wars content.
Dang.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So I mean, I give it a hero. A little.
Yeah, I think I give it a hero. It was funny. It was good. I mean, low budget, low brow humor.
Now, Steve. Well, I know you give it a hero because you just. Yeah. Your mic is off.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great. Hero.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is fantastic.
Would you like to see this rebooted and redone by a good director? Like I would say Taika Waititi.
I think you know where I would like something like this would be like, remember when you would watch like Disney Channel or Nickelodeon way back when, and you would have like those little 30-second to 2-minute little shorts that would kind of pop up, little cartoons here and there.
Yeah.
Like something like that, a series of shorts where they're like, maybe we didn't need the whole setup, just the Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru segment. Boof, like just dropping little things. I think if you try to make it into like a half-hour show that you get every week, then it might get a little tiresome.
If it's done right and if it's done well, it could be something really special. Because you got to understand, we've never gotten like a comedy thing from Star Wars at all. No, like kind
you
of.
got the
Lego
holiday
Lego
special.
shows and the holiday. I mean, not the holiday special. The Lego the movies are kind of comedy.
I don't
They're
count.
self-referential. And
Oh, you're not going to cover the Lego Star Wars shit here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We will.
No, well then how do you say you don't count it?
I don't want to, but we will.
that's mean. I think some of them are pretty good.
I have not ever spent 1 second playing or watching a Lego thing that wasn't the Lego movie that we saw in theaters for the show.
I have never watched a Star Wars Lego thing.
I think some of the Star Wars, because my kids were obsessed with them. That's how I got them into Star Wars.
Oh,
So
wow.
especially if you look at some of the earlier Lego Star Wars specials, they were really, really good and really, really funny. I don't. Ed, have you seen it?
Oh yeah, I'm a big Lego fan.
Do you agree? But I mean, outside of being a Lego fan, do you agree? I mean, like the jokes, the comedy, it's like literally, it's like they know they're in the cartoon. They know they're, it's hilarious. It's really good. And I'm talking about the older stuff. Some of the newer stuff, not so good. But
Correct.
if you go to the older stuff, it's really good. I think I still have them on DVD. So
now, if you want to go real old school Star Wars parody, have any of you seen Hardware Wars?
No.
Now, this was one. This is an old one. This came out, I think, late 70s, early 80s.
Oh,
it's a parody of the original Star Wars, and I remember seeing it back then. It's bad.
Well, we're not afraid of bad. We've watched bad stuff here before.
The Chewbacca is basically, just imagine having Cookie Monster play Chewbacca. That's what you're talking about.
All right.
And I think because it's called Hardware Wars, I think they fly around in like an iron.
Nice.
I think I've seen that. Before. Yeah, I've seen that. I think I've seen that. There's one where they like use mouths and like they like hand puppets or some shit like that. I forgot what it was.
I don't need that.
Yeah, it was like all hand puppets. It was like Chewbacca, and it was weird.
I've got a hand puppet for you, Steve. Don't worry.
What the fuck? This is not the show for that, bro.
That's
for Saturday nights.
It's a Star Wars hand puppet. What's wrong with that? Jeez. Mine's always in the gutter.
All right, Lil. That's it. Lil, it's your turn now to run the show.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to do some Star Wars trivia with your host, El Conica. I don't have any music or anything because Sean didn't cue it up, even though
you didn't ask me to cue it up. I would have totally queued it up.
I'm going to keep throwing you on the bus here.
Yeah, why you keep throwing me under the bus? But you know what? Just for that, I'm gonna play something. Star Wars.
I mean, it feels like we're gonna watch something.
Star Wars.
We're gonna watch the wrong kind of Chewbacca. So, all right, turn this up. I don't know what that is. So. All right, so what we're going to do here, we're going to do some Star Wars trivia between Steve, Sean, and Ed. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to ask questions to each individual. If you do not know that question, the question then is up for grabs between the other two. And if you know the answer, I want you to yell, "My lightsaber is bigger than yours." No,
are you serious?
Just shout out me, and I will determine from my ears who I heard say me first. All right.
You know, you could type it in a ticker if you really wanted to. I ain't think about that.
Type what in the ticker? Yell Jar Jar. There you go. Random Rick.
Oh, there you go. Yell Jar Jar.
You know what? I like that. Yell Jar Jar.
All right.
All right. So the first question, because this to me is a hard ass one, I'm going to Ed. Ed, you're going to start because I've proclaimed you as the Star Wars master. What planet is Obi-Wan Kenobi from?
Shit.
Some of these will be hard.
No, that is hard.
That's a tough one.
I've got nothing for you.
Do you pass?
I do.
All right. Does anyone know? I'm probably going to mispronounce it, but.
Do you give hints?
No,
in this
'cause I
game?
have no idea.
Like, is it a
know.
planet we've heard of before? Have you heard, like?
Not that I've heard of. But,
Okay, so rule out all of those.
all right.
I'm a guess.
Guess.
Dagobah?
No. Ray, the answer for everything current day Star Wars is Ray. No, that is not correct, Random. But
I
if
don't
anybody in the audience knows, speak now.
I have no idea.
Nobody knows. It is called Stewjon. Stewjon. Stewjon.
Shujan.
So,
All right.
lies.
I don't fucking know that. It's crazy.
All right.
What happened, Sean? Come on, you got to come back.
So now I'm going to go to Sean. Did Sean just disappear?
Yeah,
He's back.
I'm back.
Okay. So Sean, you get the next question.
All right.
Variations on this line have made it into every film in the saga. So what line, slight variations, but the same line has made it into every film of the saga?
May the force be with you?
No.
Me.
Okay.
I got a
Steve?
bad feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about this, but I will give you the point. Steve, the first one with a point. Oh my God.
That was my second thing. I was like, man,
I don't know how it works. Ed raised his finger first, but I wasn't sure if we were supposed to say it. Like,
You're
No,
supposed
I
to
was
yell.
like-
Well, you were supposed
Yeah,
to
it's
yell
Jar Jar.
Jar Jar.
Wait,
Oh,
May
I
the Force
fucked
be
up.
with
No, that's not a
me.
point.
May the force be with you hasn't been in any of those movies?
It has
It hasn't been an all.
It
Not
hasn't
all
been
of
in
them.
all. Every film in the saga.
They even said it in Ahsoka at one point.
They always work that in.
All right, Steve, your question. To take a commanding
Jar Jar.
2-0 lead. Well, you don't have to say Jar Jar because this is your question, but
Oh,
what type of dog was the inspiration for Chewbacca, according to George Lucas?
I don't know. Saint Bernard.
Incorrect. Does anyone know?
I know it's.
Anyone want to steal?
I don't know for certain, but I think his dog was a shepherd.
That is incorrect as well. Sean, it's up to you. Do you have one to get a point
A shit.
to earn your Star Wars street cred back?
A cocker spaniel.
I can't
It's
answer
a
that one. I
chihuahua.
have no idea.
It is an Alaskan Malamute.
Oh my God, I would never do that.
That's like a husky almost. Like, what the
That's
hell?
going. Those some good ass fucking questions, man.
I told you I'm
damn.
going to go hard. I'm not going to
No,
go
it's
with
good.
your basic
All right.
shit. You
No,
guys
it's
are
all right.
supposed to be star geeks. You need to know your shit.
Well, you're a Star Geek too. So.
Yeah, it's like a husky. That dog doesn't look anything like a Chewbacca. Doesn't look like a husky. What the fuck?
didn't
I call
say
scrutiny on this list.
Yeah.
Scrutiny.
Bullshit.
All right. So the
All
next
right.
question. Next question. This is now back to Ed. Ed, after the first round, Steve has 1 point. Ed and Sean have 0. So Ed,
Embarrassing.
This hurts.
first appearance of the Emperor was a composite of the character designer's wife and which animal?
Designer's wife and which animal?
First appearance of the Emperor was a composite of the character designer's wife and which animal?
Those are wild questions, bro.
Deep cut shit.
Where the fuck did you even find these
Yeah,
questions?
you're a motherfucker for this.
It's like a guess.
I
at
was
this
going to say,
point.
I don't know the answer, but I'm trying to guess because I'm going to say that it would have been from Empire back before they reintroduced Ian McDermott in that later on. And I know the image, and it's got some really heavy eyelids. And,
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm trying to think of what animal would they have put in there with it. I'm going to guess and go with a toad.
Incorrect.
Jar Jar. A
Steve.
basset hound.
Incorrect.
Damn. Droopy
Random
frog.
Rick guessed the kangaroo. That is incorrect.
Damn. I am going to say it was an old woman. I know that for a fact.
Well, right. It was the character designer's wife, and which animal?
I'm going to go with a monkey.
Wait.
You know what, Sean? I'm going to give it to you. It's a chimpanzee.
Oh!
All right.
I'm going to give that to you.
Wow.
Boom. Well, I heard it before, but I couldn't remember if I was right or not.
Chimpanzee.
That was a tough one.
All right, Sean. I'll let you get close. You don't have to get the number exactly. But how many estimated deaths are there in the original trilogy?
What? Say that one more time. Repeat.
How many estimated deaths? How many people died in the original trilogy?
Are we talking including the Death Star?
Yeah, are we talking about the Death Star? Are we talking about like Soldier? Are we talking about like
We're talking everyone who estimated to have
Sean.
died.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say like 2 billion people died. Like that was a lot of motherfuckers on the Death Star. So I'm gonna say 2
Okay.
million.
Yeah, and they blew up Alderaan, and there was 2 Death Stars.
Holy shit! I forgot about that.
But you guessed right, Sean. It was 2 billion.
Wow.
2,795,192 is the answer. Sean is gaining the street cred back. Sean is up now.
Yeah,
2.
we forgot about 2. I was gonna say like they blew up Alderaan. That has to have like so, you know.
Easily. A lot of motherfuckers.
All right, so
I would have thought it'd been more than that.
Steve, your question. Han Solo was frozen in carbonite. For how long was he frozen in carbonite?
I'm gonna go with 6 months.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Anybody want to steal? Okay. Sean.
2 years.
Incorrect. Ed, you want to take a shot? It's a free point.
3 years.
Incorrect.
Damn.
About a year.
Just
Damn
one?
it.
Up.
Ah,
I went the wrong direction.
I almost said that too. That was just a
Look,
stab in the.
that is a lot of casualties. Yes. Yep. Well, in movie time, I get it, Random Break. It's true.
Yeah,
In movie
exactly.
time, it is 3 years. But in the
Timeline.
continuity timeline, it's a year.
Yo, Alil,
Yeah.
congratulations. You fucked us all over on this one because
That was my goal. Like I saw like some easy trivia, and I'm like, this is gonna be boring. I want to find some hard shit.
good job.
So okay, there'll be some easy questions. I'll throw in there. So who's next? Ed. Ed, you are next. Ed, how many forms of communication is C-3PO fluent in?
6 million forms of communication.
I will give it to you. Over 6 million. He says over, but yes. Ed, your first point on the board. Congratulations.
About damn time.
So, all right. Sean.
Is it my turn or Steve's turn?
That's
your
your
turn.
turn.
Okay. What was Galen Erso's nickname for his daughter?
Stardust.
You are correct.
Ah!
Ooh, I need to make this harder for Sean. So. All right. So,
That was a good
Steve, what model of aircraft did Luke use to bullseye womp rats?
Jar Jar.
Well, you
Steve.
can't. Not yet.
Yeah.
Steve's
Wait,
got it.
If,
No,
if
no,
he
no.
doesn't know.
No. Let Steve do it first.
Pass.
Jar Jar. T-16.
Wow. What the?
Well,
How did that happen?
that's not the full answer.
Incorrect.
Oh,
Incorrect.
damn it.
Ed.
T-16 Skyhopper.
Correct.
Come on, man. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
No,
That is
the,
That's the name. The
bullshit.
T-16
The fact that you-
Skyhopper.
I just said T-16. I know what it. But come on, y'all. Are you
Well,
serious?
is it so?
No.
Sean, I told you were gonna lose it on technicalities by mispronouncing
Yo,
shit.
I said T-16. All I had to say was, come on.
At what point do I
You said
Jar Jar? Do I have to wait for him to answer?
He
So
said,
is that-
he
Well,
said
you have
that.
to wait. Yeah, you have to wait for him to pass. So
All
before
right.
the Jar Jar. So
damn. Dave was like, Dave answered Jar Jar before I even had time to like think. Or Dave, I keep saying Dave.
all right.
Yeah,
So
I
I think this will be. These are some easier questions coming up. So it's Ed now because that was Steve's. So Ed, Princess Leia tells Grand Moff Tarkin the Rebel base is located on what planet?
Dantooine.
Correct.
Damn.
Sean.
Running away.
And they found
Score.
remnants of a rebel base, but there was nothing
Score.
actually there at the time.
Sean, who was Luke Skywalker's gunner during the Battle of Hoth?
Dak. Don't like Dak, man.
Do you know his last name?
It's Dak, man. It's Dak.
I will give it to you since you lost that last one at a technicality, but it's Dak Rattler.
It was Rattle or something. I was gonna say Rattle, but whatever. Dak. It's Dak, man. You always said Dak.
Steve, who was the first character to speak in the first Star Wars film, A New Hope?
Darth Vader.
Jar Jar.
Incorrect. Ed,
C-3PO.
correct.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, I told you. I'm the casual fan, so I already knew I was gonna be last on this one.
All right. So, Ed, in what system are Han and Leia before traveling to Bespin?
I don't think they tell you the exact system, but they tell you they're near the Anoide system.
That is correct.
God damn.
I wouldn't have that one. I'm gonna be honest with you. You had that one. What's the score?
Okay, the score is currently Ed is 5, Sean has 4, Steve has 1.
One.
You started off strong.
Yeah, I know. I told you. Made a bold prediction,
I like this.
and I was correct.
You will lose points for premature Jar Jarring.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Dantooine. We need to keep a lot of specialists fast.
That's right, Mace. Okay, Sean. Which stormtrooper wasn't able to complete his mission in Star Wars: The Force Awakens?
Wait, what else? Say it again.
Which stormtrooper wasn't able to complete his mission in Star Wars: The Force Awakens?
Finn. T-16. Wait, what?
You said Finn, but what's the stormtrooper name?
God damn it. T-16?
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Jar Jar.
Yep.
Now,
All
remember, he's got his name from the Stormtrooper designation. It's FN. FN 2183, I believe.
Incorrect.
I got the numbers mixed up, didn't I?
Steve.
FN 2187.
Yes. Steve!
Oh,
Yes,
see?
Come on, I was giving you guys.
Yeah.
2187.
Okay.
I said 2186.
All right, Steve. What were Padme's last words?
I'm trying to remember that scene. She's in there. She's crying. Fucking Obi-Wan's in there. I don't know.
Jar Jar.
Okay, Sean.
They're still good at him. Obi-Wan.
That's not the full sentence. You're missing the end of it.
They're still good at him. Ugh.
No. Incorrect.
Oh,
I would have given
Hey,
you.
look, Judge Lil is harsh tonight.
I
man.
see he's a piece of shit.
Judge Lil.
Go ahead.
So now they're still good at him. I feel it.
No.
I know it.
I know there is.
I know there is. All right.
So
Wow.
You're brutal. Yo,
Hey,
yo, this is real.
I wouldn't even snuck in that second point if Ed hadn't.
I'm
fumbled
still
that.
just pissed that I screwed up the stormtrooper designation. God
What's
damn
the
it.
score? What's the score? 5?
Ed 5, Sean 4, Steve 2.
I thought I had 5.
Ed 5, Sean 4, Steve 2. You got FN wrong. You just got this last one that you could have stolen wrong.
Yeah. Only Steve-O came out of that round with a point.
All right. So the next, who's got the next question?
Ed.
I think it's Ed, right? Okay. What did Jar Jar Binks end up owing Qui-Gon Jinn after being rescued during the invasion of Naboo?
A life debt.
Incorrect. It's different than a life debt. So close. Sorry, Ed. You're gonna lose it on a technicality.
Damn, he's brutal. I'm gonna say I don't even know. So
Okay, Steve. Any?
I would have thought it was a life. No, we
No,
said
'cause
so. It's
a
got to be
life
close
debt
to a
is
life debt.
Chewbacca.
It's got to be close to a life debt, but it's not a life debt. So
I'm waiting to hear what our judge is going to say.
Ed's ready to pounce on me too, like that face.
he's like, what?
His service. I don't know.
It's called an honor debt.
I'm going to dispute this because later on in the movie, when they go to Boss Nass, he says, "You owe a life debt to this'n."
This'n.
Well,
that's what he says.
I'm just looking.
I say Dave gets. I mean, but it's Judge Lil, so
no, because I said T16. I didn't say Skyhopper. So no, he don't get it either.
All right.
Don't be trying to cheat me, man.
All right.
It's a game of single points here.
All right, Sean.
You gotta answer that question right.
Sean,
I guess.
What was the job that Finn had told Han Solo he had at Starkiller Base?
He was a janitor. Janitorial or trash? Oh
I will allow it. Sanitation.
Yeah, well, janitorial.
That works.
So okay. So now you've tied it up with Ed. All right.
Ed's
how old, Steve? How old was
pull the script up?
How old was Anakin during the Battle of Geonosis, Steve?
Oh, the Battle of Geonosis. Trying to remember which. Was that in 18?
No.
All right.
Anybody want to steal? Take a shot at how old Anakin was during the battle.
I'm trying to remember which movie that was in. Was that in
that was the second one.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Jar Jar.
Okay, Sean.
I'm gonna say 21.
Incorrect.
19.
Incorrect.
Ah,
He was 20.
God damn,
bitch.
Even Lucas gets 19. So
That's what I was thinking. 19.
all right.
I don't even remember his age in anything, to be honest. Did they even say his age? I don't even remember. Did they?
All right. So, Ed, how did Luke manage to get into Jabba's palace?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
How did Luke get into Jabba's palace?
By choking out a Gamorrean guard and using Jedi mind tricks on Bib Fortuna.
Jedi mind tricks on Bib Fortuna. Yeah.
All right.
multiple ways. He got
I'm like, this is too technical. I gotta like walk through the whole movie.
Also,
I
he
was gonna say,
smuggled in
it's-
Leia and Lando way earlier, and had this all
Yeah.
set up.
There was a whole thing there.
Yeah, there's like a whole Ocean's 11 heist movie that could be made. Them setting this up, brrr, like with the fucking music. I need Luis from the Ant-Man movies to break down.
Lucas is arguing he was 9 in Phantom Menace and 10 years had passed. How do we know he wasn't 9.5 and it was 10.5 years had passed? You know,
What
I don't
month was it? I guess.
That's deep.
I'm just looking at the answers.
Yeah, that movie took place over
provided
a
to me.
long stretch. That second movie
Okay, so Sean.
wasn't like Weekend at Annie's.
Where does this
when
game
we
go
fucking
to?
fell in love.
Well, I've been skipping through questions because I'm skipping through the easy ones.
Okay.
So, what comedians are behind the voice of BB-8?
Oh fuck. God damn it. Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh my god. Ben Schwartz
Okay.
and oh, what the hell is his goddamn name? I can't.
Somebody ready to pounce?
Jar Jar,
Ben Schwartz is Ben Schwartz.
Ben Schwartz, and Bill Hader.
Correct, Steve. Getting that third one in.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was Bill Hader or not. I was like, is it Bill Hader? I couldn't remember.
I remembered Bill Hader, but I didn't remember Ben Schwartz. But then I was like, oh
You
no.
son of a bitch.
All right, Steve. When Obi-Wan performed the blood test on Anakin, how high was the midichlorian count?
Unnaturally high.
I'll give you a hint. It is a number.
I don't know, 100 million. I don't know.
Incorrect.
I don't remember.
I'll give it a shot. Jar Jar.
Okay.
Over 10,000.
Incorrect.
I'll take a shot too. Jar Jar over 20,000.
Correct.
It's like the fucking Price is Right over here.
All right. So now back to Ed. This will be the final round. And guess what? Ed and Sean, you guys are both tied at 6. Steve at 3.
I can't win.
Steve, your question, I will give you a double, triple bonus hopper to see if you can tie it up.
This is like the last round of Family Feud. Anybody can win no matter what happened before.
That's actually dope. I kind of like that.
Ed, what is the diameter of the first Death Star?
Oh, damn. In what increment of in what measurement? It's just like, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
Feet,
inches,
inches, miles,
Kilometers.
kilometers,
kilograms.
I honestly don't have a clue. 25 kilometers.
No.
Nah.
Anybody else want to take a shot?
Jar Jar.
Okay.
I'm gonna say.
I had to make
It's
the
written on the
last
floor
question.
there.
Exactly. He's typing it up. He's
No,
typing
no,
it
no, no,
up.
I don't have anything.
Waiting on Google.
I'm gonna say 5,000 kilometers.
Incorrect.
200.
Steve, you were close. 120 kilometers. So
Price is Right. I would have gotten the Price is Right. They give me half a point. I was closest.
Sean, what was the name of the standard rifle carried by the clone troopers?
Wait, what?
What is the name of the rifle, the standard rifle carried by the clone troopers?
Is it a E11?
Incorrect.
Stormtroopers.
Clone troopers.
These are
Right,
clone
but the
troopers.
stormtroopers later on.
Is
I think they were
E11,
using. Yeah, they were using
I can't
E11s.
remember. There's a big one, wasn't it?
Anybody want to steal?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a DC-15A.
I wouldn't have got that. I wouldn't have got that shit.
Lucas, you were close. Lucas, you get a point. You were the closest. There you go. Between 140 and 160 kilometers for the Death Star. Steve, for 3 points to do a triple tie.
Come on, Steve. Got this.
Count Dooku was one of how many Jedi who had left the Jedi Order? Remember, you two can steal.
Not right now,
Charge or not what one.
Is it a number?
It is a number.
I was like countless. 100.
Incorrect.
Jar.
Damn it.
Ed.
12.
Incorrect.
Really?
3.
Incorrect.
No, it's more
It
than
was 20.
20.
I didn't remember.
So now you need to have a tiebreaker question,
All
and
right.
then one of you guys just has to shout out Jar Jar or whoever.
Okay.
But if I steal it, it's worth 3 points.
Yeah.
You steal it. The next one's for the win, no matter who gets
Yeah,
it.
no matter what, it's for the win, no matter what.
So the points be damned. Fuck it all.
Yeah, fuck it all. Ain't that some shit?
Over here, heated about points this whole fucking
All
time.
right.
Now I was like, yeah, fuck it for the win.
Here it goes, because I like these questions. And Lucas was right. Lucas, you know what? Maybe you've won.
Yeah,
I think
you might
Lucas
get
is
an
clearly
invite.
the winner.
Lucas, you might get an invite on the next trivia show, man. We'll see what we can do about that.
All right. So,
Luke's been
what
on
is the
point.
maximum number of womp rats that are usually seen in a pack?
Taking a guess. 3.
Incorrect.
15.
Incorrect.
I'm gonna say 10.
Incorrect. Oof, gotta go again. 20 is that number.
Man.
Price is right.
Infestation.
Rules.
Look at that. Anakin was the
Infestation.
21st to leave the Jedi Order. Look at that.
Look at that.
Blackjack.
Let's see.
Damn, Luke. See, Lucas gets on here. He might get,
No, he might
all
fucking
of us for a
Oh,
number.
yes.
Well, he destroyed me.
Trying
He's
to
been on
find
point.
a good one here.
Well, it don't really matter because whoever wins the last point go win anyway.
Yeah, what do you win? Nothing.
All right. Why was Jango Fett adopted and raised by the Mandalorians?
Wait, what?
Why was Jango Fett adopted and raised by the Mandalorians? Because we know he's not technically a Mandalorian.
No, I ain't got no hope for you on this
I
one.
don't know. Is it like a long answer? Like,
It's not a long answer. It is.
because they fucking sacked his planet and
Killed his family.
took him.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know there was even an answer. Maybe in the books or some shit like that, some trivia shit. But
I'm assuming it's the same kind of thing they did with Din.
Found him in the storage unit out in the yard.
Not-
Found him in a shed out back, and
Foundling?
All right. Well, I would say okay. So they assassinated his parents. His parents were assassinated. So,
All right, come on, Lil, give us something good.
well,
I mean, these are all hard as shit. So
I mean, is assassinating almost feels like Hitman, right? Like you nail him from like a mile away with a good sniper shot, but like
Yeah.
when they drop in from an airship and destroy your town and raze it to the ground
okay.
and kill your family. That's
Here's an
not-
easy one. Hopefully, because there's lore to it. What was the cell number where Princess Leia was imprisoned?
fuck you.
I don't know.
Ed, bring it home.
I even know this one. So I mean, come on. guys.
Bet you
See,
Lucas
now I'm
knows
all thrown off with the freaking stormtrooper number. It's just all messing my head up.
it. It's not DC 15A.
I want this podcast to end or this show to end.
You didn't want to get on the damn hard ass questions.
No, this shouldn't be hard. I
wanna
should
go
know
home,
this
too.
one.
I want to light
I
speed
keep-
my ass out of here too.
Because I'm hearing the same number in my head to where it's like, as a sell your princess, and I keep hearing the same 2183. But I know that's not right because that's what I was thinking for Finn, and it's all that's rattling around in my head.
I don't know. Cell 365.
You're gonna say it, and I'm gonna be so angry.
Anybody have a guess? Steve.
Say it. I don't know. 20.
No.
What is it?
It's the same number as Finn, FN, but it's not FN. It's 2187.
Seven.
Why? THX.
No, that's
2187.
No.
No.
1138.
Yeah.
No, but the other, there was two. That
Right.
he had. I know the THS.
All right.
Okay. So it's 21.
That's, like I said, that's what the FN was.
Yes, it was FN.
We are not.
All right.
We
I'm
are
looking-
not Stargeekz.
Pissed.
This is your guys' idea, not mine. I'm just here.
I'm
All
done.
right.
Come on, last one. Hurry up.
All right.
Bring it home.
Ah.
We had to go home with
What's
a
the
dog.
actor's name who plays Count Dooku?
Christopher Lee.
There you go. Steve wins. Ah! Steve, the trivia king.
The
Yeah.
movie, the movie actor. Like, oh,
He didn't say Jar Jar though.
No,
But-
it wasn't a steal. It wasn't.
Sudden
Jar Jar.
death question.
It was sudden death.
just shout it out.
Shout it out.
Alright.
Steve, the Star Wars trivia champion.
Yes. Okay.
Hilarious. So, well, there you go.
Every
There's-
single point I got was like luck. I was just like, I was using like
I was trying to lob
process of
softballs to you,
elimination.
Steve.
Like, oh, they had said that, and that didn't work. And that didn't.
He won.
I like the woo in there. It's nice.
I was trying to-
Oh well,
love
that
softballs.
was a little. That was hard
Painful.
as shit. Like
It was
Painful.
very difficult.
Painful, embarrassing. I am going to look up the script from Phantom Menace and I'm going to send it to the judge to get my point back because
well,
that
I
is
will rise
wrong.
back to then.
Doesn't
If-
matter because Steve won sudden death anyway.
No,
and
but if
He can have the win.
But
I
if
just
you're
want
right.
that one
it was
question.
it was tiebreaker. You're right.
it was a
So-
tiebreaker, so had he got that point, then there wouldn't have been a tiebreaker question. Ed would have just walked away with the win.
Then
Right.
then you
And
guys
I would,
wouldn't
if you
have-
would
you
have
guys
counted
wouldn't have been
T16,
embarrassed.
if you would have counted T16, I would actually really won the whole goddamn thing. But clearly, you didn't win.
No, you didn't because that's not the name. It's not just a T16. It's a Skyhopper.
Word.
Skyhopper.
Bullshit. All right. So listen, thank everybody for jumping on with us again. Go back and check out the rest of the show. Like, subscribe, check us out every week on the Geeks every Saturday at 11 o'clock. I see.
I'm so tired already thinking about it.
Like, subscribe,
Fuck you, Steve.
comment. Check us out on Facebook. Also, I just started a new Facebook club or a fleet. It's called Stargeekz Fleet. Join Facebook group, share whatever you want, talk about whatever you want. Just don't get vulgar, but yeah. And then join us
Well,
on
I
the
guess
Geeks.
I can't be on that.
That's where you go to the Geeks chat for that.
Yeah.
Go to our community page on the Geeks. Man, yeah, till next week, man. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks,
Appreciate you
Ryan
guys
and Rick.
coming on, and definitely, man. Thank you guys again.
Thank you,
thanks,
Lucas.
Luke.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
This is Sean.
This is Lil.
This is Steve.
And this is Ed.
And may the force be with you. God damn you, Lil, you cheated us, but it's all good.
Always.
Yeah.
When